Well, hello, y'all. Welcome back to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where you can get the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. My name is Jack. I'm the resident game designer of that static threw me off enough. I'm the resident game designer of the panel, and today's letter of the day is W. That's for we already knew what was happening, not win. But I mean, it can be for win too.
Oh, I thought it was for Wombo.
Could also be for Wombo.
Can it be for Wombo instead?
It can be for Wombo as well.
I Wombo, you Wombo, he, she, Jag and Jazz, Wombo, and they, because the theys are important.
And
Wombo.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wombo. No, I tried too hard. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Hi, I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. I'm very excited to be back here covering the finale of Jag and Jazz's Amazing Race. It's been a very lovely season of Jag and Jazz's Amazing Race. I've enjoyed many moments from Jag and Jazz's Amazing Race. And it has been a lovely season of the amazing Jag and Jazz race. Excited to talk about it.
Yeah. But before we get into that, just a couple quick things to get us over the hump. So first, if you enjoyed our Amazing Race coverage this entire season, maybe you're a fan of Survivor, maybe you're interested in some upcoming shows like Traders US, House of Fear, if we have time in our very, very busy schedules, Traders UK, which we probably don't, but we'll figure it out. You can always sub to us here, and also feel free to like this video. It really does give us the world. We are still looking to hit 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible because that allows us to do some amazing things. If you're interested in drag content, we literally do, I think, every goddamn show under the sun at this point over at our drag channel, which you can find in the link in the description below. And also our Eurovision Song Contest, if that is still happening.
Skip that one. Move on.
Great. In that link, you can find our audio podcast links where you can listen to us on the go on most major sound streaming services. I use Spotify, but that might change soon. But other than that, we have our lovely cup mug, which, Lana, tell us about it.
What a great segue. That totally wasn't planned.
No. And I am Lana, and I will tell you all about it because I like to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And you can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And if you look right to the right of the screen, right next to me, my head, there's a QR code. You can scan it, and it'll take you right to the link. Go get that. Go to that link. Favorite the shop. That'll be great too. And then get your cup mug or any of our other cup merch, period. And thank you. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses.
Barring Brazil, because Brazil is a nightmare.
It hates me, but it's okay. I love it. I love Brazil.
We love Brazil.
It just doesn't like
me. Love us sometimes.
Yeah.
But anyway.
With that said, though, let's get into the final episode of the Amazing Race Big Brother European Adventure Extravaganza.
The Amazing Jag and Jazz Race.
Yes, the Amazing Jag and Jazz Race. So, just as a reminder from last episode, we ended on a lovely to be continued where Jess and Jag checked in first, Kyle and Taylor checked in second, and it is a race between Joseph and Adam and Izzy and Paige to get to the mat. And it looks close for a little bit, and Joseph and Adam check in, and unfortunately, Yeah.
No. But also, yay. But also, no. But also, yay. But also, no.
It would have sucked to basically see any of
Mhm.
these 4 teams go at this point.
Well,
I mean, one of them, because it would be potentially the biggest robbery in Amazing Race history, watching them be eliminated.
yes, and I
Everyone
would have
else on
loved
a
to see it.
personal.
If it was one of them, I would have been like, ooh,
It would have
wow.
been amazing
Well-
TV. Game-wise, it would have been horrendous.
Well, okay. I mean, for the sheer iconic moment of seeing Jag and Jazz go,
The
that would have been
gaggery.
great. But
gagger.
also, knowing that Kylan and Taylor aren't together anymore, that also would have been okay. I'm not going to lie to you. If it meant that both Joseph and Adam and Izzy and Paige could have gone through as
Yeah.
well, like, personally, I'm not too mad at that situation either.
But then also that means that Taylor has to go home, and that would make me immensely
That's
sad.
fine. That's honestly fine for me in this situation. She's already won a competition reality show.
I
She
mean,
doesn't need
so
to-
did Jazz and Jag, so I don't really.
But they were gonna win. It's fine.
My thing is this: I would have rather Jazz and Jag would have not been there, but just for the gaggery of it all, just for us to be
Right.
like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, how did they get to this leg of the race after doing so well and then lose?" But we knew that wasn't happening.
It
And
wasn't
I love being able to say that Taylor Hill has made it to the finale in every show that she's been on. I love hearing that and saying that, like, period. So I wasn't mad at that, but I did not want to see Izzy and Paige go, and I definitely did not want to see Adam and Joseph go. It was just a sucky situation all the way around, honestly.
Like by like final 6, final
But, yeah.
7, those were the 2 teams I was rooting for.
Mm.
And that was like about it. So like either way for me in this scenario, I was gonna lose.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm happy for Joseph and Adam, obviously.
Yeah.
And I do love that. When was the last time, if ever, we had an all POC final leg on Amazing Race?
I don't think ever.
That's an amazing question.
I don't think ever.
You are probably right that the answer is never.
Yeah.
I want to say never.
I don't think so.
And I think if our beautiful, fabulous, incredible lesbians had to be eliminated for that to happen, I'm not too mad at it, to be honest with you, given the hopeful caveat that Izzy and Paige get the call for All Stars, because I think they have been an absolutely incredible team, both being maybe the biggest underdogs of this season and providing some of the best Amazing Race television we've seen in years. So, like, if 40 is All Stars, they better have the call. They better be getting a call. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
It would be nice. It would be
I
nice.
will have to check a couple things, but it is also possible that 36 was all POC.
Okay.
I'm
I don't
not
think
100%
so.
confident on Juan and Shane, specifically Shane, but
I think
everyone else would be good in that scenario.
Anyway,
I don't know, but
yeah,
this final 3, I was like, okay, all right, makes sense for what this race, how the race was running anyway. It made sense. I think Joseph and Adam, and Paige and Izzy, either one of them could have made it, and it would have been like, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, if whoever came in third place would have made sense for how they were running this race. But I also thought that maybe Joseph and Adam were not going to make it when they went to the Eiffel Tower and not to the place above that where Phil was. But I was like, oh, is this where Paige Izzy go? Oh, okay. Well, I guess not. Guess not,
but yeah. Unfortunately, we lose Izzy and Paige, who I'm completely on board to have them back Like, I need them back. They genuinely have one of the best dynamics I've ever seen on the race, and I just need them doing something together.
Let's go, lesbians.
I just
Let's go
love
with
Paige. I love Paige saying, hold on, before he says anything, just know I love you. Regardless of what happens, regardless of what he says next, I am proud of you. I love you. You did amazing. And I think they're, like you said, their dynamic between the two of them is so beautiful to see because Izzy needs that person to keep her calm and grounded. And Paige needs Izzy to get her to come out a little bit of her of the shell because they just are yin and yang and they just go together real good. And I really love that for them. And they just got married. Yay,
And they just got married. I'm happy for them. But we move on to the final leg of the season, which will be taking place in New York City. Which, just to be clear, if Izzy and Paige had won, had survived this leg, this literally would have been their home turf.
Yeah.
Which makes it more sad.
And I feel like
they still would have got third place.
They probably would have, but it would have been very nice for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
This, I don't know about y'all. I'm a little bit like, okay, cool. The whole season is in Europe, and then we're gonna end in New York.
Yeah, I mean that's Big Brother. I mean that's the Amazing Race. That's how it's always been. If they would have ended it in Europe or anywhere else besides the United States.
No, let me clarify. It feels a little too generic for this season. Like I wish we were ending in like Miami or Seattle or like Denver or something. That's what I mean. It's like, this was the obvious choice. I wish the choice was less obvious. That's what I mean by that.
And I will say this, that was this race. This entire race was very obvious. Everything about them, they picked them touristy spots in most of the places that they've been to. I think we had a couple of them, like Dubrovnik, and a couple of them that wasn't like on the thing, like touristy spots, but mostly all the places that they went was very obviously places like major cities, big tourist spots. And so to end it in New York City kind of just fit the brief of what this race had been like this entire season. Sure, I would have loved if they ended it in some place like Detroit or Boston or Philly or other major cities, but not the major cities that you will always think of, like California or New York. Those are the two places. Like, we're gonna go to LA or we're gonna go to New York. Yeah, typical. Go to Atlanta. Go to Austin. Go to other major. End in Hawaii and Honolulu or something like that. Places like that. I would have loved to see them go to a major city, but not the typical major cities. Go to, like you said, Seattle or Portland or something like that.
Like, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Like, I just wish it wasn't like, yes, Europeans came over and landed in New York. Like, that's sure. Okay. Great, cool, lovely. It felt very bare bones planning for this season of Amazing Race. I wish it wasn't, and that's just my critique of it. So
I will say we did have it telegraphed ever so slightly with last leg having the Parisian scramble be around finding statues of Liberty. And as such, we're going to ship them off to where the big one is.
Right.
I will say this would have been the place that going to LA makes sense because that's where they all played Big Brother.
Yes.
So
and they could have ended at the Big Brother studio. That would have been the perfect pit stop.
Lovely and wonderful. And Julie could have been there, and she could have been like, congratulations, this is actually a double eviction, and you're gonna go play
You're
Big
gonna
Brother.
evict your partner.
There's 6 of you now, and you're gonna go play Big Brother. No, like Julie was in
That
there,
would
it
have
could've
been crazy.
Could you imagine?
Could you
They just put the
imagine?
6 of them in a Big Brother house.
That I think we've actually would have seen, because at that point the only person who hadn't actually played Big Brother it would
Jazz
be
and Adam.
Jazz and
Adam.
Adam.
Yep.
So having a majority, that would have been a wild choice. But yeah,
Yep.
no,
It would have been cool if they would have
but
ended
no,
in
like-
LA and ended at the Big Brother house. Would have been the last.
Would have
it
been
was
the
on the
backyard.
tail, but
missed opportunities, Amazing
Yeah.
Grace. But no, I liked what they did throughout this whole final leg in New York. I just think it was. I said it before we started, and I'll say it here. I just think it was boring. I think everything they did was nice and lovely and representative of New York, but I just think this was the most boring finale they've had in probably 10 years. And it didn't help that the gameplay was also boring. Like,
yeah, they kind of did everything they could with a scramble that made the last couple of seasons interesting in the previous leg. So the only thing to do was to just go task, final, which unfortunately in this case is just boring.
I mean,
Especially
that's what the finale has always been on Amazing Race. It's task, final. Like, there has never been roadblocks and detours on the finale, on the final leg. It has always been a task, another task, and then the final task. And then you rush off to the big place where everybody is. That's been the whole thing this entire time. But what made it boring is because the task that they had to do and the order that they would do, like, there was no catching up to anybody. And that's not because the leg wasn't made for people to catch up for. It was just the people who were in front was just not messing up. Even when they did mess up, it wasn't enough to mess up to drag them down that made it any closer. Like, it was just, unfortunately, Jazz and Jack are just way too good for this leg for anybody to catch up. And so it made it boring because it was like, we knew what was going to happen the second they got out of there first. And the second they got the cab driver who spoke their language and went that way and was their brother and was like, y'all go win $1 million. Let's get it. Let's go. And it was like, what?
and I love that for them.
I love that for them.
I love that for
I
them.
loved it for them, especially because of all the foolishness that they had to deal with in Europe with taxi drivers.
The
And the karma came back.
You can't
they-
write that.
You cannot. That was like the best story, that all that drama that they had, and that they had to literally decide not to take cabs because of the racism in other countries in Europe, that they had to take buses and trains because they couldn't catch no cab to come to New York City, get the one cab driver out of everybody who was the same
Was Punjabi.
ethnicity as
What's Punjabi, yeah.
Punjabi, spoke their language and was like, you are my brother, let's get y'all to $1 million. And he stuck with them the entire it was, you
Like
couldn't
that.
write it better.
And then to have both other teams deal with inconsistent taxi drivers on top of that, like you.
Well, no,
can't-
Taylor and Kylan had
Well,
it
to have
was Joseph.
one, to have one,
Yeah.
then like you can't write that. Like, it's just,
Mhm.
and I'm so happy for Jag and Jazz overall. Obviously, let me make that clear as well. Like, I am very happy for them because they've run one of the most impressive
It was impressive.
games of Amazing Race ever.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. One of the most impressive games ever. I think for me, I did just get very accustomed to the scramble in the finale, and I like it in the finale as opposed to, I really didn't like the way they did it in the penultimate leg. Just because I like in the finale that added layer of strategy. And I think in a season with Big Brother people, why are we bringing strategy earlier? Like, this is the time to add more strategy. You've done it all season. Why aren't we adding it to the final leg? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. And I love a scramble in the final leg, because then it's like, okay, who actually knows what their team is good at and can accurately plan? Because that has, and we've seen it happen over several seasons. We've seen that determine who wins seasons of The Amazing Race. And so I just think, like, especially on a season that come with contestants that come from a strategic show, you would think that they would keep the biggest strategic aspect of the damn race in the same place because it works and it's good. And instead they fucked that up on a show that doesn't normally fuck things up like that. It's just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against Jag and Jazz, because like you said, Lana, they're impressive. They're just too damn good.
They're just too damn good.
I mean, let's keep it a buck. You could have put that scramble in the last leg, 2 legs back, 3 legs back in this leg, and it still would have been the same, because Jazz and Jag were too good. It was just like, even if they would have put that scramble, but I think if they would have put the scramble in this leg, it would have had more potential for it to be a little bit closer. Because as we saw how this race had ended up, people were not that far behind each other. And so it would have been fun. But let's start off from let's start the beginning, because they got to rappel off of the Empire State Building from level 103 to level 90 off the Empire State. Who only 20 people before this leg, people got to rappel from the Empire State Building. I said, first of all, no, thank you. I wouldn't want to do that. But I mean, for $1 million, I would have.
Oh,
I would have closed my eyes and screamed all the way down there, but I would have did it. But
that would have been such good television.
Oh,
such good television. Like, I would pay good money to see that, Lana. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Baby,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
It would take $1 million, and that it would have to be guaranteed that I would have to win this $1 million if I took my butt on a.
Lana, I'm telling you right now, there is actually a place where we can have you rappel down a building, and we just need to wait about a year. I can't promise $1 million, but like...
Look, I had the opportunity to rappel down a building just past weekend, and you know what I said? No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to rappel down buildings. Especially not for free. Especially not for free. But for $1 million, I'll do it. But
or even pay for it. Even worse, paying for it.
You want me to pay for it? And no, absolutely not.
Anyway,
yeah. But yeah, I was like, okay, Amazing Race. We're gonna have them rappel down the Empire State Building. That's impressive.
And that's the first thing you're doing when you get to New York.
Right.
You hopped off the plane at LaGuardia, Newark.
LaGuardia or LA or JFK, whichever one.
Whichever one you want. Get in a car, go to the Empire State Building, rappel.
No big deal or anything.
Just
here you
tiny
go.
Thing. Here's the Empire State Building. We're going to bring you up to the top floor. You're going to rappel down it. It's okay.
Crazy.
Now, for a second, I did think they were rappelling a lot further than they actually were.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Oh, I thought it was like 30 floors or something.
It was a very small distance. I mean, they were still over 12,000 feet in the air, just to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they went probably from like 12,000 feet to maybe 11,500, something like that.
I think I would like 11,800, because like they only went 13 floors.
Yeah,
They only
I
went
don't know.
13 floors, but still,
But still,
that view,
ah,
incredible,
incredible.
incredible, and not a lot of people get to see that view, but the fact that they got to do that was amazing. And I loved how Jazz was like, "Oh, I'm taking my time. I don't get to see this." And Jack was like, "Hurry up, we're in a race for $1 million." And Jazz's like, "I'm coming. Wait a minute. Look at that. Oh, this is nice." Like he was taking his
Ooh, this is
time. This
nice.
is
Oh yeah,
nice.
no.
Look at this.
Not even y'all, not even that much. 130 to 195 feet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was trying to figure out how the 12,000 feet figure went into that, but it's something else weird.
Yeah, I would have been that too though. If I was gonna do it, I'm gonna definitely take my time to do it so I can look at this view as I'm going down. Like,
Oh yeah.
ooh.
I'm gonna pray I don't puke from 12,000 feet and get it done.
Get it done, because whoever is underneath that, if you do puke, I feel bad for them. That's gross.
Yeah. I do it and then just pray. I would pray and then do it. No, I would do it and then pray. Actually, that's the right order.
I would do it. I would be doing it while I pray. Like, oh God, please help me get down this. Okay.
We saw Adam basically go like, "Oh, I have to control this."
Right.
Oh, I'm not going down with anyone. Like this isn't skydiving.
Me? Okay, me.
Oh no.
Wait, Adam said you're not coming down there with me? I was like, no, baby. No, baby, they're not. No, this is you.
No, they're not coming down with you. This is a you problem to figure out.
But it was so fun to see how everybody approached it differently. Like Jazz and Jag, not scared. Jazz just taking his time, just like, I'm gonna see this. I'm gonna enjoy this view. Taylor and Kylan's like, "Woo, baby, let's go, let's go, let's go." Kylan like, "Let's do." Look, I watched Kylan rappel down a building before, so I knew he was gonna be fine. And Taylor was like doing it. Adam is like a little nervous, a little scared. Take my time. But then when he get down and he was like, "That's it." Oh, that was actually kind of cool. Okay. And I love that. I love that he wasn't. And Joseph was just like, "Yes, let's come on." He like it. It was just fun to see the different ways everybody did it.
Yeah, loved it.
From there, teams headed off to
the bakery. A piece.
Yeah.
Bakery.
And then retrieved an order of cookies and then went to the Sesame workshop and gave them to Cookie. Jesus Christ.
Period. That was my favorite part of this whole thing. I was like, not Cookie Monster being up in here, and then you gonna bring out Oscar the Grouch too? Yeah.
Honestly, I'm glad that it was not Elmo.
Me too.
No shade to Elmo.
He do too much.
Elmo gets a lot of press. Elmo's been working very hard, but I would have loved to see Elmo and Rocco on The Amazing Race, to see them fight on primetime television. Yes. That would have been very fun to see personally.
Rocco's a rock.
Yeah, I know.
Rocco's a rock.
Okay, and Rocco has feelings, Lana, okay?
But he's a rock.
Okay. Rocco is feeling very attacked right now. So
Rocco doesn't have feelings. He's a rock. I love that beef so much. It's my life.
It's so good.
It is the best piece of lore in the entire media universe. Fight with the wall. Fight with the wall. Fight with your mother. Fight with your grandfather. I do not care.
The Rocco Elmo beef.
It is the best piece of lore ever.
Top tier.
It is so good. It is.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever top it.
No.
Nothing will ever.
No. No.
And it's so iconic. And I would have loved to see it continue on The Amazing Race and then be canon in The Amazing Race lore.
Just
Like,
rock
that
on
would
the
have been
rock.
so good. I love Cookie Monster. I love Oscar
Oh,
the Grouch,
yes.
obviously. So this was thrilling for me. Though I would have loved to see Big Bird as well. Because
Yeah.
Big Bird is...
I mean, Big Bird is always, Big Bird
But
is...
we love Big Bird.
We love Big Bird, but I think underrated characters, people they be sleeping on Cookie Monster sometimes.
And we love
I be
Cookie
like,
Monster.
and I
Don't
love
get
that
me
he got
wrong.
his shine, so...
No,
And
totally, I
Oscar was
agree.
funny, but yeah. I would
I
have loved to
will
see
say-
Rocco, though, in Elmo. Just so he could be like,
Right?
Rocco's a rock.
Like...
Yeah.
He's a rock. Okay, but go ahead.
It was also interesting seeing Phil like basically just like heal his childhood soul and be like, yeah, no, I get to just interact with Cookie Monster and present this as if it's a
so
completely
good.
normal thing. It genuinely, I think that's the happiest that man has ever been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, to be honest with you. It was very nice to see.
I mean, any person who grew up on Sesame Street, and a lot of us did, and I know there's a lot of this young generation is not getting a lot, but a lot of us grew up on Sesame Street. And if I was able to get in a room and interact with any character from Sesame Street, it will heal my whole inner child. Like, I would just be like, oh, this is so great. That's why this is my favorite part of this race. It's like, and to see everybody's reaction to Cookie Monster and Oscar, it was so, like, Jazz and Jag was just like, oh my God, just like, I dressed up as you for Halloween. Like, what? You dressed up as me? That's cool. And I love that Phil was able to devour that cookie with Cookie Monster. Who does not want to devour a cookie with Cookie Monster?
And
Like,
the fact
who doesn't want to do that?
Jazz and Jag literally having this box and they're like, yeah, we have no idea what's in here. And them in real time figuring out that they're giving a cookie to Cookie Monster and just seeing that joy. Like, genuinely, this, all three of their reactions to this is like genuinely the best part of this whole episode.
It was
genuinely
pure joy. It was pure joy. It was beautiful. And then for Taylor to be like, I mean, but I would have rather have been Oscar. And then Oscar pops out. It's just like, hello.
So good. It's
so good.
Ah.
It's so good.
And then we're doing one of my favorite things, fabric shopping. And
Fabrics!
Lana,
Project Runway.
No,
I wanted to go to Mood.
Were you so mad that they weren't at Mood?
I was so mad. I was like, you didn't go to Mood.
What do you mean you're not at Mood?
I was
what
like,
do
you're
you
doing
mean?
fabric and you're not going to Mood? And then, but you still gonna go to the Fashion Institute? But you don't go to Mood?
Lana, I was furious.
Fume.
I was
Fuming.
fuming. Flames on the side of my face. Burning. I was so mad. I was
like, Stretch House. No disrespect to Stretch House. I bet Stretch House is a lovely store.
Looks fabulous. Would love to get some fabrics next time I'm in New York.
Yes.
But like,
yeah.
Jack, I'm so sorry that you don't understand.
But fuming.
Yeah, no, I don't understand, but I'm just going to take that it's not good.
Check out our Project Runway coverage, by the way, here on this here channel. And, but yes, I was too. Logan, that was the first thing I was like, they're not going to Mood?
What do you mean?
What do you mean you're not going to Mood?
I wanted Mood also in the Amazing Race canon, and we're not getting that either.
We're not getting it.
Mad.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah.
But yeah, teams just have to deliver fabric rolls based on swatches to the FIT. Once they get there, and if they have the correct things, they'll be given a clue by fashion students outside.
Thank God a singular woman was competing in this final leg. The first thing I thought. I was like, thank God only Taylor's competing.
Because the way she ate that up.
Devoured it.
The way she ate that up.
Girl.
But you want to know who shocked me the most, though, but not Taylor? Adam and Joseph kind of ate that up. They just kind of walked up on stuff and was like, there it goes. There it is. That's one of them. I was like,
they both have jobs where they have to be detail oriented. I'm
Very
not
true.
surprised by that, and we've seen them, with the exception of the flowers.
yes.
With the exception of the flowers, yeah.
in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
But that I blame the heat and
yes, and
low
blood sugar.
I fully blame that. Other than that, and the eggs in
the
egg and the other one that was
Croatia.
Yeah, Croatia was the
Croatia.
egg.
Yeah. Other than those two, we've seen these two be very good at the detail-oriented tasks this season.
Yeah.
Like the majority of the detail-oriented tasks, they've been in, like they've shot through, even if they were at the back of the pack. So I wasn't surprised in the slightest when they're like boom, 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 done. Because they also have to, it's detail orientation and pattern recognition.
Right.
I'm not surprised in the slightest. This would have been my task. I would have been Joseph and Adam going boom, 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 boom. Here you go, Jack. Like,
you would have had to stop me from looking at all the other pretty fabrics. That would have been my thing, because I'd have been like, "Oh, that's so cute. I want to come back and get that later."
I would have been finding them, and Jack would have been behind me, reminding me that I need to find the actual ones that are on our paper, because I would be also getting distracted by all the pretty fabric, and then being like, "Hey, can you put that one on hold for like a week and a half until I come back?"
I'm coming back to get that.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll take 6 yards of that in a week and a half when I come back. Sorry.
Right.
Like,
I mean, honestly, pretty simple task.
Yeah.
This is the only time we see Jag and Jazz stumble on this leg, where they managed to take one of their rolls and roll over it with the cart they have.
Lana, I wanted it to be pink silk charmeuse so bad.
I wanted them to get some type of charmeuse. I was like, not matte, not sheer, charmeuse. Give me something in charmeuse.
No, it was all spandex.
It was all
spandex.
It was all mattes and sequins and sheer. I was like,
boring.
Okay. Boring. No charmeuse.
Boring. No silk charmeuse.
No silk. But could you imagine if they would have got that silk charmeuse wrapped up in that cart? It would have been over. That fabric's done so.
At least with spandex, it's got enough stretch that that's the only reason they were able to get that out of the wheels as successfully as they did, and as quickly as they did, is because spandex is a 4-way, almost a 6-way stretch fabric.
If they would have been that, it would have been that sequence. Count that done. Count it done.
When a silk charmeuse,
there would have been a hard way.
And literally almost any other fabric.
Any other fabric would have been done. Yeah.
Yeah. No. But even then,
very well.
They literally are just like, okay, so if we were able to roll over and it was able to do this, if we just roll it back, and they solve it immediately.
All right.
Like it's literally a 0.5 second roadblock for them, and they're like, cool, we're done. We know how to do this. And of course, just to be clear, the order has not changed this entire time. It's been Jag and Jazz, then Kylan and Taylor, and then Joseph and Adam. Literally, the order has not shifted, and it will continue to not shift. But from there, teams get a heads up to go to Surrett Studios, and they find a giant crossword that they need to solve as their final puzzle. And
party.
This was a very much, you failed to get the New York Times involved, didn't you? Okay.
Or they made an active choice after controversial choices that the New York Times has made.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
could have been either way.
We're going to stay neutral.
Yep.
And just here's a studio with a crossword that's not sponsored by anybody at all.
Just it happens to be in newspapers across the country.
And New Yorkers love it.
People love it. They didn't even specify New Yorkers. They just said people love it who get crossword.
I do think New Yorkers by state, by capita, are like the highest amount of crossword.
Because they get the New York Times. So
Well,
yeah, of
correct. So
course.
it's
And
convenient in that way.
I'm about to say,
But
because if we want to be honest,
well,
the
yes,
Birmingham
but
News does not have
A crossword.
crossword puzzles in it
well,
every week.
yes, but
So
whatever.
yeah. So if I
Anyway,
get the
Whatever.
Birmingham News, I can. It's not a crossword puzzle in
well,
there.
yes.
So,
And guess what? This was the easiest final puzzle in like 10 years.
Uh,
I thought
yeah,
so.
because it had intermediate answer checking.
yeah.
That was the major thing. Any incorrectly placed letters would be highlighted.
Yeah.
But even then, Jag and Jas managed to get this perfectly. The only tricky clues literally are they leave to the end and then realize they have the letters and just solve it.
See, what I didn't like is that they had the letters down below. Like, oh, these letters are going to go on the puzzle at some point. So it was more like, okay, make sure we put the right. Like, if you go give them a true crossword puzzle, give them a true crossword puzzle. We don't have the letters at the bottom of the crossword. You just got to figure it out and put it in there and type. Like, why couldn't they just type it in? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. That's how
And
they chose to do it.
the biggest difficulty for me, and it just adds to the, and this is on producers, this isn't on like the teams or anything, adds to the simplicity of this season overall and like the bare bones quality to it, is that there was no physical aspect to the final puzzle. There's
Right.
always
A physical
There's
aspect.
always a
and that
physical
might
aspect.
have been because of falling through with probably the New York Times or something along those lines. I'm not quite sure. But like there's always, like, I think of like organizing the canoes
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
I think 34 or one of those seasons
Something
in the
like
30s,
that.
or like
The giant physical
the
amazing
giant
race
physical
puzzle
last
last
season.
That's
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
And that was one of my favorites they've ever done. Like, I think that if that was the standard puzzle, I wouldn't be mad at that, honestly, because it's so cool. But like there's always a physical element to the thing.
Yeah.
The physical element was dragging like, no, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. It was
No.
not the best ending. Like I wanted to see, like, remember how they used to do the memory things where two pieces of the puzzle had to match up and line up with
Yep.
what they were doing, and I like that sort of thing. Like everything should have a something. This was very much an easy, like
Yeah.
It was too easy.
I would say a
It was
dumbed
too
down
simple.
version of what the Amazing Race's last final task would be. And I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, a crossword puzzle could be difficult, but you made it very easy by putting all the letters down there and you didn't have a physical element to it. And so it was kind of just like,
And you had the intermediate check, like Jack mentioned. Like,
right.
it's like, and honestly, this whole season has felt like watered down Amazing Race. Like,
Yeah.
have I enjoyed this season? Yes, because it featured a lot of people that I really like from a show I really enjoy. But when you look at the actual structure of the race,
It was meh.
it's met with a bunch of added twists to make you think that it was a lot more of a complex race than it was. And what did you get from that? One team that dominated the entire season from start to finish. I'm not surprised by that. Now, would Jag and Jazz have run as good of a season in any other season? Honestly, probably. I would love to see them do it again.
Scenarios,
honestly,
yeah.
I would love to see them do it again.
Yeah.
Just because I would love to see them stacked up against other Amazing Race teams. Honestly, I would if 40 was all winners, for example, absolutely Jag and Jazz need to have a spot on that season. Or like 40 or 50 for like whatever they end up doing. They absolutely have to be there. And it would be so cool to see them just up against other, and not to say these are not Amazing Race teams on this season, but Amazing Race teams that played, frankly, harder versions of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And
I
I
would
honestly, oh, I'm so sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead. No, you were
And
talking.
I honestly, I will say, I kind of feel that way about Caesar and Ricky as well.
Mm,
If I'm comparing other seasons
yeah,
too,
because
because
they were all in one space.
they had a very abbreviated version as
Yeah,
well, like
Mhm.
in a similar but different way to this season also. And
yeah.
what did we see on that season? A team that dominated the majority of the season from like leg 2 or 3. I remember the
Hmm.
3 of us sitting here covering the season. Did we love the season? Yes, it was
Absolutely.
phenomenal. But we sat here week 2 or 3 going, yeah, Caesar and Ricky are probably winning. And we loved it. And we loved seeing them win because we love them as a team.
And they're great people.
And they're
And they're
great
great
people.
people.
And so are Jag and Jazz. And
Yes.
it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I would love to see Caesar and Ricky compete again.
Yes.
Just to see, like, because that was a bit of a more, I'm not going to say watered down for this
No,
season.
abbreviated is better.
I
for
like
it.
abbreviated. I really like abbreviated, actually, because that's exactly what it is. This was Destination X, but Amazing Race.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was Latin American Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Latin and South American Amazing Race. And when you put many more aspects like a traditional Amazing Race, even the COVID season,
Yeah.
like that's another example of that too. Like, who won that season?
I don't even remember. It was something weird.
It was so long ago. Like the winner of that season, I would love to see again, because those are just such unique cases for the Amazing Race that it's like,
the dentists, I think. Is that
oh
no, they're not dentists, they're internet personalities. Kim and
Who?
Penn.
love Kim and Penn. Okay, yeah, no, put Kim and
Yeah.
Penn back. Another case of a team that dominate. That's an interesting convenience where in the, I guess, abbreviated seasons. I made my point. I'll move on.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lana. I interrupted.
No, you're fine, because everything you said is what I was going to say too. Because I do agree that the seasons where they keep everything very like in one space seem like they're a little bit easier than the other Amazing Races where they had to go all over. Like they were in China, and they were, well, not China, but they were in Tokyo, and they were in Hungary, they were in Rome, and they were in, all these different places, and that we got to see things like the airports becoming the big neutralizer and equalizer in the races. You don't really have that too much when everybody's just going from um Croatia to Paris, from or
Mhm.
Greece to Paris, and this is like
Mm-hmm.
we have a few, but it's like, okay, maybe one team gets left behind. They don't get on the same flight, but we got 4 teams on one flight, and then we have four more teams on the next flight, and then one team is the last team on the last flight. Like it's. I would love to see Jazz and Jag, a Kip and Pin, a Ricky and Cesar go on a leg where it's not just in one place and they have to do all the traveling. Because you do some traveling, but it's not a lot. It's not all of it. And then, like in Kip and Pin's season, they had chartered planes because it was the COVID season.
Yeah.
So everybody was just on this one plane always. I would love to see what they do when it's not that, when they have to deal with the elements of the race, of getting on, deciding to go get on the train, or go get on the taxi, if you go to get on the plane, like all those different elements. So I would love to see it, and I think Chaz and Jag would do really good in a full season.
yeah.
I think they would still do really good because I think, and I told them this past weekend, they were made for this race.
Yeah.
They were made for this race. I said the same thing to Tucker when I saw him this weekend too. I was like, Tucker, you did so good on this race. You were made to do the Amazing Race. Like you have to do it. Tucker and Eric is another team that I would love to see back on the Amazing Race to do it again when
Absolutely.
it's in a full season, because I think they would do amazing. And like you said, putting them up against teams who are really there, who are there to really play. to win. And Tucker
Yeah.
and Eric are one of those teams, and Jack and Jazz are the team who are there. Like, it was some points of this race, so I thought, I love Joseph and Adam. I loved them down. And it was some points in this race, I was like, oh, they're there just for the fun of it. I don't necessarily need to see teams who are there for the fun of it. I want to see teams who are there for the race, who want to have, who, yeah, you can have a good time, but I want to see you be ready to cut folks if you gotta. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to have to get to the U-turn and be like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Baby, who put that person name down? Like, put their name
Right.
down. There they go. I don't
Like, can
care
you
who it
imagine?
is.
Like,
Yeah.
can you imagine those teams against, like, do you remember that really fierce dancer team, the red team from a couple seasons ago, who did really,
Mm-hmm.
really well,
Mm-hmm.
and against like Danny and Angie,
Yeah.
and like all of these teams that have just done so well over the last couple of years? Like, I think that would be so fierce.
It
And
would
like,
be.
also, I was thinking about it just now while you were talking about it, Lana.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at a traditional leg as well, I'm even thinking, like, I think the biggest factor distinguishing the two styles of race a lot of times is the flight time and the stuff we don't see.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, especially on those on the legs where it is all over the world, there are often times where like they make the big jumps.
Mm-hmm.
And so like downtime is a lot longer, flight times are a lot longer, layover times are a lot longer. So that extends the race as well. Whereas
Mhm.
like in a European season and in a South American to like Central American season, those flights can, not always, I would actually be really curious to look at the logistics of that. But I would bet that the flights and the layovers are typically shorter
Mhm.
for those seasons, and like the overall time difference waiting between legs is shorter in those cases. And I think that also adds to just like the competitiveness and the, you know, how like the difficulty of those full seasons where like sometimes you'll be doing like what was it, a couple seasons ago they did a jump from like India to Germany, and that was like
Mhm.
the big jump of the season, and that's a long flight,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that's like a good 10-ish hours.
at minimum, if not more.
It's
Like,
probably more, yeah.
yeah. So it's like it's an interesting season to look at, like, and this is just us looking at it from Amazing Race, from the perspective of just we're huge Amazing Race fans, like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
and I know a lot of people that casually watch the show, and I think this is interesting too. I know a lot of people that casually watch the show who have not liked this season at all. And I think that's really interesting.
I mean, even
Interesting.
because
Like my
I still like
roommate
it.
hasn't liked the season.
Interesting. I mean, because like I still like this season. I still think this is a good season. I just think it was just not as full of a season as we would like it to be from all the other seasons that we've seen, especially coming off of last season where it was a lot going on and we really, really enjoyed
And it
the
was a great
it was a
season.
great season. It was a great season. And so I just think I think if we would have switched this season with last season, like swap those to like this would have been 37 and then the season that we just had for 36 or 37 would have been 38. Like if we would have swapped it because that would be coming right off of the Ricky and Caesar season. And so if we would have had that with this one in the middle, this one next, it probably wouldn't have seemed that bad because we would have just went from
Yeah.
all Central America, Latin America, into all Europe, and then
No,
went into
there was a leg in the middle.
who was in between that?
It was swapped because it was the Latin American season first. It was Greg and John's season.
Oh, they were in
after.
between that.
Oh,
They were in
yeah.
between that,
They
yeah.
were in between that. Okay, so swap it all around.
And then
us-
So
even
put them
then,
in- so
even
one of
then-
those seasons is filmed in reverse, where it's like, oh, this season filmed first, then this season
Yeah.
filmed, but this
So-
here
so-
and then this here.
so
It's,
Greg
it's
and John-
already swapped.
Yeah, so Greg and John's season, that was the season with like Steve and Anna Lee.
yeah,
Like that season, because we really liked a lot of the people on that
they were
season
really good
too.
in that season.
That
too.
was technically season 35.
Right.
Those are the seasons that swapped. So the Latin and South American season is technically season 35, but it's filmed as season 36.
Right.
So those are the ones that swap. Unswap those and swap 37 and 38. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
But I don't think they filmed them. I think they filmed them in that order.
Yeah.
And I don't think they had fully filmed.
I
don't think they had fully filmed 38 by the time they aired 37.
No, they didn't. They were still doing it. They were still doing it. But
so
it just, but
you know, literally,
I do.
2 days,
totally.
2 days after 37 finishes air. No, actually, 2 weeks into 37 airing, the European adventure begins filming.
Okay, yeah.
It films in like the dead center of 37 airing.
Okay, yeah, no.
Okay.
But regardless,
it was.
Sorry to all of y'all that don't care about the technical.
Like we just like talking about the logistics of it all because we love the logistics talk and we're fans. And Greg and John, by the way, says hello because they're lovely people too.
Oh,
yeah.
And but I love their season too. And this is the crazy part is because we do still like the seasons, even if it's not as full. Like we love Ricky and Caesar season. It wasn't the full thing, but we love that season. And I still like
season.
This
also just has a lot of drama.
A lot of drama. But this season also, as much as it was like watered down a little bit, I feel, I still enjoyed this season, and I still thought it was a good season. Will it be my top seasons of all time? No, but it was a good season, all of us, and I still enjoy watching it. It kept me sad every week.
It's like comparing a 7 out of 10 season, not even like a 7.5 season, to like the 9.5 that came before it.
Right.
Like there's kind of just like this isn't as good. It's still good, Amazing Race. There's just things where I'm like, I wish you would have done things like that.
Right.
100%.
Like you already did it right.
And the only watered down parts really come from production because honestly, I think production knew they were going to be able to rely on the Big Brother contestants to bring the entertainment because that's what they do. Big Brother is an entertainment show. At its core, it does provide entertainment. And that cast did that, and that's why it is elevated. I would agree with that rating, honestly, a 7.5 to be honest.
I would give it 7.5.
Yeah, I would too, because I think like the actual racing was very fun. I really enjoy the people on this season. For the almost everyone on this season, I really enjoyed watching on the season.
And the only people I really didn't left fast. So
exactly, like, well, not fully for me, but regardless,
fair.
Like I just think overall, like the cast brought a lot of energy. Whether it was, a lot of it was misplaced and a lot of it was strong and wrong. But hey, that does make
that's entertaining. That makes good TV. I love it when you're strong and wrong.
And it makes for an especially good Amazing Race season. And we've had those great seasons of it. I think of 33 or 34. It's the season where the two blonde twins kept getting saved over and over and over again. But y'all know who I'm talking about,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think
like 32, 33,
30.
34. One of those seasons.
Probably 32, unless you're talking about Blonde, maybe not, but 33 had Arun and Natalia, who literally had like 3 different times where they were 32. Saved.
Kaylin and Haley from 32. Who just kept getting saved all the damn time.
Yes.
They got I think they got like 2 or 3 non-elimination legs for no reason. But like they got that season, that's a strong and wrong season. And Will and James won because they were the only logical people on that fucking season.
Will and James
only won
the game. They managed to form an alliance that shut everyone out, and then repeatedly were on top of that alliance so that the other teams just fell.
And everyone else was strong and wrong. Anyway, like, it makes for great TV. Anyway, Jag and Jazz win.
I mean,
Yes.
but
Yeah, no,
We've talked
I mean,
around it. We might as well.
I will say the one bit of flack that I'm absolutely going to give this is after they complete the crossword, all certain letters get highlighted, and then it's unscramble your final location. Without just like a random guess at the location, I'm sorry, this is impossible. Like your Yankee Stadium, yes, is something that's very well known, but at the same time, puzzle designer wise, no, don't do this. But
that was the other thing, because I agreed with that, not having as much like game design knowledge, but I was just like, this feels dumb.
it's a massive logical jump.
100%. That's what makes me think they had to completely redesign this final task. Like, this was not what they wanted to do. This was not what they wanted. This was not what they planned. And they just had to say they did not understand. Yes, I did just abbreviate High School Musical 2 here. Point being,
the easy way to do this would have been literally the Y comes from the earliest part, and then it spells out Yankee Stadium via the highlights.
Yes.
Or the crosses, or something similar. But unfortunately, they didn't have a good extraction for this. And this is literally the thing I'm going to complain about, because I literally have done hundreds of these puzzles at this point. I'm going to fucking MIT to do it. I'm allowed to complain about puzzle design.
Period.
But
I'm not allowed to, because I'm not doing any of those things, but I'm going to anyway. Or
yes.
You take like the first letter of the down or across, and that becomes a code that you then use to unlock something Survivor style almost, and that reveals a thing that tells you where your final location is. Like you ditch the
Something
crossword
like
altogether and you go survivor puzzle. Like there's
there's
thousands
a lot of,
other better ways to do this. Like,
but yeah.
Or you put them in a huge ball pit and you make them look for a ball that say Yankee Stadium on it. Like it's like they after they get it on there, then they have to go and jump in something and do something crazy and find a ball out of thousands of balls to say, well, you gotta go. And one ball gonna say Yankee Stadium. We're going to Yankee Stadium. I just want something physical to happen in this part of the
but they
race. That's
still
all I
have to
want.
do the crossword first.
Yeah, you gotta do the crossword first, and
And
then
the crossword
they'll
doesn't
get once you get the crossword, they give you a key, and then you get the key and you go unlock this door, and you see it's a big ball pit on the inside, and you gotta jump in the ball pit, and you gotta find the ball that tells you to go to Yankee Stadium.
Wait, no, but the crossword tells you that it's Yankee Stadium. You go into the ball pit, and there's a bunch of different balls with a bunch of locations around New York City, and you have to find, like, there's Yankee Stadium, and there's like the Met, and like there's a bunch of different places. So a bunch of the ball, like more balls have locations.
Yeah.
You have to find the specific one that says Yankee Stadium to get out. Make it even harder for them.
I just wanted something physical to happen.
Me too.
You said ball pit, and I said where? like straight
at
up.
Sheer Studios, a place I've never heard of.
Lana, baseball.
That's what I'm saying.
Away. So just throw a bunch of baseballs in there and go.
That's all. That's what I'm saying, Jack.
Geez.
But yeah,
that is what I'm saying.
Hey, Amazing Grace, you can hire all three of us. We are available.
We are very available.
We'll come up with something.
All three of us are available to be producers, game designers, and media personalities for you. So
we'll come up with something.
Yeah, we are available. Come up with a contract. Let us know. Thank you.
So yes. Teams run to Yankee Stadium, And yeah, they've been in first place the entire goddamn time. Jag and Jas win the amazing race. They win $1 million. Jag's now running total is 1.25 million.
Yay!
That's insane.
Good for him.
So yeah.
Good for him.
Second place, Kylan Taylor.
Yay, Taylor!
Yay, Kyland.
Yay,
and-
both of them.
Both of them.
Taylor is now the first Big Brother winner to be a runner-up on The Amazing Race, which I think is a lovely statistic for her.
Mhm.
And finally, Joseph and Adam
Yay.
get third.
Yay, Joseph and Adam.
And
Lovely
that
friends. I mean, this was
is where our season ends.
I think it was. We talked about it. It was fine. It was a solid season. Solid. Was it great? No, but it was solid. And for what they went, I like we said, we picked apart. It's things that they could have done differently. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But for what they did, it was fine. And I'm not mad at the winners, the outcome, how it went, how it played out, because Jazz and Jag absolutely deserve that win because they ran a phenomenal race. They ran a phenomenal
Yeah.
race, and I would I have loved to see Tucker and Eric in this finale to make it more interesting. Absolutely, because I think that would have been such a much more competitive race, but I think this was really good. I think this was perfectly fine, and the right people won. They came in the way, and I was happy that everybody else just was happy for what that they got to complete the race. I was happy that Joseph and Adam got to complete the race because they didn't think they would have, and the fact that they almost got eliminated and got saved by a non-elimination leg to finally get to this part of the race when Adam was able to see that he can do things and that this was a big boost for him and his confidence. I love that. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that he was just like, Joseph is the nicest person in the world. He just, my brother looks out for me, and he showed me that I can do more. That this my diabetes does not have to define me or stop me from doing things. So I love that he was able to get that confidence, and just lovely human beings all around between with Joseph and Adam, and Taylor feeling bad that she couldn't give Kylan the win. I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." That that they were. She was like, "I really wanted him to submit his name in the winner's circle of this reality show thing because he's come close on the challenge. He's come close to doing that, and he just haven't got it yet." But I think it's coming for Kylan at some point. I think he'll get his wins on something. But it was nice to see that she really wanted that for him, and she was really trying really hard to get that for him. But I love that he was also very understanding and was like, we
We
have
did the best we
overcome
could.
we as much as we could. We have overcome so much in our communication between the two of us that we've gotten so much better that who knows what can happen with us late. And it was lovely to see. It was lovely to see. And then Jazz and Jag, like we said, you couldn't have wrote this better. That the two people who had the hardest time with taxis on this race get to New York City, find a taxi driver who speaks their language, who understands them, who will be by their side, and was literally the GOAT for them in this race. They gave that man $700 at the end of that race. And I was like, I don't blame you. Empty my pockets for you, my guy, because you did everything for me. You did it. He chewed them roads up for them. And I love that. And so for them to go through all of that and to get to this point and get this amazing ending to their story, 8 of 8.
Props to them for sure. One of the most dominant, incredible, amazing race runs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Backed up by statistics as well. I have some fun little statistics to end us on.
We love that from Jack.
So first off, they are the first former Big Brother. He's the first ever winner of Big Brother to then go on to win the race, which means he is the closest to completing the trifecta at this point in terms of actually winning it all. He just needs to now win Survivor. They are the first team to be U-turned and then win that leg. They won 7 times, which now ties the record. And they are the first team to win the last 5 legs in a row. On specifically the US version, it has happened on other international versions, but for US specifically, they are the first ever team to win the last 5 legs in a row. And really, they have the records for most legs won because, as you might remember, they gave one of them to
I'm about to
Natalie
say
and Stephanie.
they would have had one to win.
They do, in fact, probably have the most wins if you consider the asterisk. And if they did that, this would have actually been the season with the least amount of teams that won a leg, because with Natalie and Stephanie being given a win, it's 3. The lowest is 3. It could have been 2 teams, being Jess and Jag and Tucker and Eric the entire time.
That's nuts.
That's nuts. That's wild behavior.
Damn.
That's crazy.
A record-breaking season in a number of aspects. Jess and Jag have very much carved themselves into the legacy of the Amazing Race in terms of just raw strength and raw power to complete this game. So, amazing work to them. And with that,
amazing race indeed.
Our 3rd European adventure this year closes. Jesus Christ.
Could we get out of Europe?
Can I say, I'm so proud of you both for all of your work in Europe this year. You've done so many trips throughout Europe. I'm genuinely curious to see how many European countries you all have talked about this year.
Oh my God.
I genuinely would guess probably 15. Because I know there was overlap between the 3 shows for sure.
For sure.
We'll look at it because we've got an end of year video, at least one planned for the channel. So I want to take a look. I'm gonna say 15.
It's probably 15. A lot of the Destination X stuff overlaps, and then a lot of that also overlaps with Amazing Race. But there are also unique countries with all of them, I believe.
Right.
So we will see.
And unfortunately, Jack didn't do any Drag Race this year, so Lana's been to a couple of European countries for that. Not that many, but
not that many. Surprisingly,
I spent most of my Europe time here on this TV channel. I've been in Europe so much here. I think I should just get a visa and live in Europe at this point.
I think we all should. Sounds fun.
Sounds fun. But on that note, I think that's gonna do it for us, right?
Yeah, that is going to end this. Kind of our last. I'm trying to think, because we're wrapping up basically everything other than Survivor, and then from there,
that's wrapping up soon too.
Yeah, that's wrapping up next week. So we're
done with American shows.
We're done with the American shows.
TV for this year, pretty much.
Next week, because we'll still have Canada, Traders Canada, and Project Runway Canada. So Canada is going to rule this channel for the next couple weeks.
And Canada's Drag Race. So Canadian TV will be...
Canadians are eating.
Canadians will carry us through the new year, and then we'll
have
a bunch more to jump on.
Yeah.
But until then, if you'd like to catch up on Survivor, The Amazing Race, or maybe jump on Traders Canada or Project Runway, or maybe any of our shows in the new year, the best way to do that is to subscribe below. That is the best way to show us some love. We're also trying to hit 1,000 once again. You can also follow our drag channel linked in that description below, along with follow our audio podcast links where you can watch us anywhere, and get your merch.
Yeah, do that.
With that said, though, this has been a lovely adventure with all of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go deal with the jet lag of it all.
Yeah, me too.
And if I can help it, we will be covering jet lag in the future. So with that said, thank you all so much for being here. We will figure it out. Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.